Hello, it's Denise from Minty Green Mama, and I am just here to do a quick walkthrough of the Steampunk Tea Leaf Fortune Telling Cards by Karin Dalton-Smith. And this is a cute little deck that popped up on my Amazon suggestions at the end of last year. And I opened the deck and I kind of read through the guidebook a little bit, but I haven't actually used the cards or had time to really work with them. So just thought I would kind of go over them here. So this it comes in this cute little magnetic, like hardback magnetic box. It's published by Animal Dreaming Publishing, and so it's based on tea leaf readings, which is why I decided to get it. Plus it looked cute, but I've been wanting to learn how to read tea leaves, and I haven't had time to really sit down and do that. And so I thought this might be a fun way to familiarize myself with some different tea leaf symbols while I wait to see if I can read that book. So this is a little guidebook that comes with it. It's about 115 pages, and so for me, I read the first part of this book, the little introduction, and from page 17 to page 23 is understanding the cards. And I don't know if I'm just missing something or skipping over something, I don't know, but like it talks about in this book how the direction of things is very important. It says this type of reading is extremely directional. You must heavily rely on the direction the symbol is facing, and importantly what is in front of and behind the topic card symbol. And I just might have missed it, but it says here how to determine. So for example, the heart card is selected for a topic card for a love reading, and so the arrow on the heart is pointing left, and any card on the left is in front then, and any card on the right behind. So I get that for the heart card, but then my question becomes, what does it mean to be in front of, and what does it mean to be behind? Is that just totally obvious and I'm missing it? Because I feel like she does say specifically that these cards are very different to reading other cards like Lenormand or Tarot. So then I just feel like I have so many questions about this. So, what does it mean if it's in front of or below? Well, while I am talking about these, I'm going to show you one more thing in the guidebook, then I'm going to start flipping through the cards. So you have, for each card, it has like a little picture of the card, keywords, positive and negative keywords, a general meaning, and then specific meanings for relationship, career, and financials. So I think sometimes it does say in the description of the card exactly like which way it would be facing, because sometimes it's just really hard to determine, but sometimes it doesn't. So here, let's go through the cards and I'll talk about them some more. So for example, this is card 18 or 31 backwards here, it looks like 18. This is cards, card 31, and so it's a card representing like taking chances, gambling, that kind of thing. Well, it has this little picture here, and I don't know what that is. Like, I'm thinking it could be some sort of like a jewelry box or something, but I don't know. So, and I did read the card meaning for that one, and I didn't see what that could be. So she does say, like, for example, this one, he's tipping his hat to the left. So this card is pointing to the left, but I don't know that she says in here specifically what does it mean if a card is in front of a card. What does it mean if it's behind? I'm assuming if it's pointing to something, then it's headed in that direction, headed away from the other one, perhaps. So there's two man cards and there's two woman cards in this deck. And she does go through in there a short list of what different significator cards could be. For example, like the fish card could be friends. It could also be your own business. Money would be for financial matters. Hearts for love. Ring is for union or marriage. So this is another example of a card that I had some questions about, because this is the house card and it's supposed to represent like the comfort of your home, where you feel safe and secure. Negatively, it could reflect agoraphobia or feeling like stuck, I guess, inside. But if you look at this card, like all the windows on that house are broken in. So it just looks like creepy. And it's like very like haunted house feeling for me. So while I find that intriguing and I kind of like that vibe, like the haunted house vibe, like I just don't know if it strikes me as like the home where, where I feel at home kind of a card. And so I'm just wondering, like, why does this house have broken windows, or does it not matter? It's just a house is a house, and that's just the kind of the vibe they were going for. So this one's really interesting, the bellows card. I read this meaning, and it is about like blowing new life into a project or a relationship, being careful to tend the flame before it dies, that kind of thing. So I really like that card. It doesn't specifically say why the hot air balloons are there. I'm assuming it's just for effect, and because that has to do kind of with like bellows. Although, like so this telephone card, it's got this like little lady sitting in the bottom, like holding maybe a mirror, and she's dressed in some sort of like metal outfit that looks like very, I don't know, uncomfortable. So I don't know that that has anything to do, I haven't read that card, but I don't know that that has anything to do with the card meaning itself. So like for this card, would this have a direction? Would it, because it's kind of pointing that way, is it like pointing that way? Or the drumsticks are kind of maybe pointing off to this side? Or do you just pick a side and just stick with it, maybe, or just use your intuition? Like, I'm sure all of those would probably be valid methods. I guess this just brings up for me the fact that while I do read very intuitively, like I am drawn to systems or, decks or like that kind of thing that have a lot of information that goes with it, because I just like to be able to go look up information. Although I don't always read the guidebooks that go with my cards, so go figure. This is cool. This is I think it's about like psychic awareness, or like, third eye, like intuition, like that kind of a thing. So I did try to do a reading with these cards, but like it just didn't really make a lot of sense with me to me. So I ended up I hadn't smudged it yet. So I smudged my cards, and I feel like they are a lot clearer now, although I don't know. Like, I still have a lot of questions about using these cards, and I feel like that's just going to come with time and practice reading them. So I feel like, just doing practice readings, especially if, doing them for other people, so that I can, get that feedback of what is accurate for them using these cards, and just kind of playing around with it, I think is really going to be the way that I get a feel for these cards, and if I'm going to be able to read well with them, or if, they're going to click with me at all. So I really do like the images on these cards. Like, here's another lady in like I guess it's a steampunk outfit. I don't know, like it just seems like a weird outfit. I guess it is. XOXO, kisses. And then I wonder if the order of them is just has any meaning, you know, like I wonder if the numerology of the cards has any meaning at all. Like I'm not at all sure what this thing is here. It's some sort of the controls for something, it looks like. Maybe it's like an airship, you know, controls. Oh, I love this fish. Some of the cards, like this fish card and the castle card, have these really pretty blue, here's a question. Really pretty blue and green backgrounds. This is the castle one. I really like that. Like I really like this castle looks like more homey than that home, that house card. So I don't know. The axe and mermaid. So just to kind of give you an idea of what these cards are like, I'm just going to pull one whoops, and read out of the guidebook a little bit. Oh, they're flying everywhere. Oh my gosh. Today has been one of those days, you know? Have you ever had a day like that where it's just like, oh yeah. It's not a bad day, it's just one of those days where things just don't always go the way that you want. Okay, drum. So I'm glad that I pulled this one because, oh, and I opened right to the drum card. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so the positive keywords are important news coming through, rhythm of life, important messages like Morse code, so listen carefully, slowly moving along, be attentive. The negatives are disagreeable news, loud, obnoxious people, someone may be a threat to you, dull, boring, repetitive. The drum symbol is about self-control. You must be the leader of your own destiny, like the drummer as the front runner of the marching band. Think of the drum symbol as a steady heartbeat rhythm and listen carefully to its message. For relationships, it's be more attentive to the other person's feelings. When negative cards surround the drum, you may not be listening carefully enough to another party. It can signify a relationship that may be a little dull that could do with more rhythm and harmony. A career, it's good to be a front runner. However, make sure that you are not overpowering your colleagues. Take things a little slower. Don't be in a rush to get to the top. You may miss important messages by not listening to your inner rhythm. And financials, the steady flow of money will ensure that you always have bread on your table. Financial matters will be successful even though the path is slow. You may feel like you are going in circles, but rest assured you are making progress. So that's interesting. That's interesting meaning for that. So it'd be interesting to do like, you know, I'm going to try out her 9-card, you know, spread that she has in her book and kind of see if I can piece that together and kind of make sense of the different relationships to the card, because it doesn't specifically say, like in the card meaning, like if it's in front of something, it means this. If it's behind something, it means that. If it's close to, say, the beacon card, you know, like that doesn't have like necessarily a specific meaning. So you just have to go, I think, based on intuition for that. So it would be like, to me, you know, like if I was trying to find something, I guess I could say like these drumsticks are pointing to the beacon. So I don't really know what the beacon card stands for, but I'm assuming it's like which is interesting because to me this would be like, you know, light in the darkness, like, you know, finding your way, like, and this would be like the steady rhythm. So you're steadily finding your way toward your, you know, destiny, the path that you need to be on. So I don't know. It's just going to be kind of an experiment here to work with these cards. I do feel like I kind of bent them a little when I was shuffling, but other than that, and I might have already chipped the edges somewhat over here, or maybe they just came like that, but I still really do like the artwork. I like the gilding. I like the cute little size. I don't know if I did the comparison, but like, so this is a Naked Heart tarot card, which is pretty, I think, standard size, and that would be the STEAMpunk tarot, or the STEAMpunk tea leaf fortune telling cards, not STEAMpunk tarot. So about, you know, about that size, smallish, like Lenormand size cards, it looks like. So that was just kind of a little overview and walkthrough of those cards. They look like fun cards, and I'm kind of looking forward to playing around with them and seeing what kind of readings I can get. So I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will talk with you later. Thank you so much for watching.